It was 1975, and the automotive world was about to change forever. A new car was unleashed into the street, a car that would go on to become a legend. This machine was unlike anything the world had ever seen before. With its sleek lines, sporty stance, and powerful engine, it immediately caught the attention of the car enthusiasts around the world. It was a symbol of innovation, luxury, and performance. The BMW 3 Series was born, and it was here to stay. The car that started everything. When you first laid eyes on the E21 in 1975, you knew you were looking at something special. Its sleek design and sporty stance stood out amongst the competition, and the powerful engine promised a driving experience like no other. The E21 is remembered as a true classic and one of the most iconic models in automotive history. Its top model, the 323i, produced 143 horsepower at 190 newton meters, which was crazy power at this time. The BMW E21 was not just a great vehicle in its day, it was also a racing legend. The 3.0 CSL Batmobile variant of the E21 ruled the track during the European Touring Car Championship because of its sleek and aerodynamic design. When it won the championship in 1977, securing its position in the history of racing, the pleasure of triumph was sweet. The E21, however, wasn't satisfied with one triumph. It kept pushing the envelope, earning podium finishes and delighting spectators with its on-track prowess. The E21 was more than just a transportation. With its straight six-cylinder engine, it was an extension of your personality and a symbol of your individuality. The thrill of driving it on the open road, the sound of the engine roaring, and the feeling of freedom and adventure were unforgettable. It was a car that you couldn't help but fall in love with, and its memories will stay with you forever. The years went by, and the E21 remained a favorite among car enthusiasts. It was a car that not only got you from point A to point B, but also made the journey an experience in itself. It's no wonder why so many people, including you, still look back fondly at the E21 as a true classic and one of the most legendary models in the automotive industry. As we continue, there is no way we can't mention the next generation, which was the well-known BMW E30, first introduced in 1983. BMW turned the heat up with a more aerodynamic design and a wider range of engine options, making the E30 even more powerful and capable than its predecessor. But that's not all. The E30 also introduced a convertible version, adding a whole new dimension to the car's appeal. The BMW E30 was no stranger to the world of motorsports. It was a popular choice among teams and drivers competing in various racing and drifting events, and its versatility and reliability made it a formidable competitor. From the high-speed thrills of the British Touring Car Championship to the grueling endurance of the 24 hours of Nürburgring, the E30 proved its mettle time and time again. And in the underground world of drift racing, the E30's rear-wheel drive layout and balanced weight distribution made it a fan favorite. But it wasn't just on the track where the E30 shone. It was also a popular choice in grassroots motorsports such as autocross and road racing in the US. The E30's legacy in motorsports is one of versatility, reliability, and success, making it a car that still intrigues motorsport enthusiasts today. Imagine the wind in your hair, the sun in your face, and the sound of that powerful engine roaring as you drive down the open road. It was a car that offered the perfect blend of style, performance, and freedom. With a top speed of around 140 miles per hour, a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder engine, and a perfect weight distribution, the E30 was everything you needed back then. It was a car that allowed you the ability to travel anywhere and do anything, a car that gave you a sense of control over your future. The E30 was more than just a car. It was a lifestyle, a symbol of success and a reflection of your individuality. You couldn't help become obsessed with the car, and the memories it gave you were just unforgettable. And speaking about obsession, that certainly leads us to the next generation, which is the BMW E36. First introduced in 1990, it was a game changer in luxury and comfort. This model featured a more refined design with sharper lines and a sporty stance. The all-new six-cylinder engine added even more power and agility to the car, and the focus on driver satisfaction was evident in every aspect of the design. Imagine sitting behind the wheel of the E36, surrounded by the finest materials and cutting-edge technology. As we go on about the legendary E36, it's important to mention that it participated in a lot of racing events, such as the 24 Hours of the Nürburgring. The Schnitzer Motorsports team created history in 1995 when they won the legendary 24 Hours of Nürburgring endurance event in their E36 M3. The crew, directed by Roberto Raviglia, Steve Soper, Johan Wicklock, and Alfred Heger, drove their BMW to its absolute limits and triumphed against all odds, defeating more potent and expensive prototypes. It was a significant accomplishment that required a lot of passion, effort, and willpower. The team's triumph at the Nürburgring will always be regarded as a bright example of what can be accomplished when courage and passion come together, as well as what the E36 was capable of. The E36 was an ultimate blend of sportiness and refinement, with its 190 horsepower and its 280 Newton meters, including the perfect weight distribution, made every drive an exhilarating experience. BMW E36, with its truly uniqueness, was there to cover every need of yours. It was a vehicle that made you feel special and was both attractive and strong. The E36 was more than just a car. It was a statement, a symbol of success, and a reflection of your refined tastes. But, as fate would have it, in 1997, BMW created a car that would take your breath away. The almighty BMW E46, a machine that required all of your attention, a machine that became a true legend. The E46 model was first introduced in 1997, and it was all about style and technology. The car ignited passion in the hearts of car enthusiasts everywhere. But this car was more than just a pretty face. It was also packed with cutting-edge technology. From the moment you got behind the wheel, you were surrounded by advanced features like navigation system and parking assist. With its six-cylinder engine on the top model, this car was built to unleash raw power and performance, making you feel like you're in control of the world, as if nothing can stand in your way. Producing 201 horsepower and 410 Newton meters, it was a car that was both powerful and sophisticated. And it's the model that created the famous phrase, BMW, the ultimate driving machine. The masterpiece we now call E46 had some notable wins in drifting races. One example of this was the 2004 Formula Drift USA Championship, which was won by Chris Forsberg while driving an E46 Nissan 350Z powered by an LS1 V8 engine. Nothing short of a thrill. Forsberg's triumph in the first Formula Drift USA Championship in 2004, driving a car that's not only unconventional for drift racing, but also a novel construction. He triumphed in the first season of the series. His Nissan 350Z, built on an E46 chassis and powered by an LS1 V8 engine, revolutionized the drifting scene. Its victory also marked a turning point in motorsports and spurred a surge of experimentation and invention among other teams and drivers. His victory not only heralded a new era of drift racing, but it also raised the standard for upcoming racers. The E46 was a vehicle that sparked a fire in your soul and gave you a sense of aliveness. It was made to stay on the road for many years and make you smile while driving that beautiful road. But as the years went by, memories of the E46 became distant. It was time for something new, something different, the E90 model. The BMW E90 series, introduced in 2005, was a car that marked a new era for BMW, an era which won't be forgotten. It was a car that would make your heart race, your pulse quicken, and your soul come alive. From the ideal seating posture to the simple controls, the E90 was made to meet all of your desires. This was the first model among with the E60 series to include the legendary N54 engine, better known as the 335i, an engine that most dreamed of. Every time you hit the road, you'll feel the power of the engine as you accelerate, and advanced suspension and handling will make it feel like a true driver. In addition, it was absolutely sure that the international panel of automotive journalists would notice that unique machine. Its design, innovation, aesthetics, and value won the E90 Model Award World Car Design of the Year in 2005. The E90 had not only raised the bar for compact executive cars, but it set a new standard for the entire industry. It proved that design and technology could coexist in perfect harmony and pushed the boundaries of what the car world had before its appearance. The year was 2007, and BMW celebrated the 30th anniversary of the spectacular 3 Series with the release of something completely different. This was the 3JAR 3R, 30 Years of 3 Series, which was a special edition of the E90 model and was based on the spectacular 335i engine, and which featured a host of exclusive design elements that set it apart from the standard E90. With its sporty design and amazing 306 horsepower accompanied by 400 Newton meters, the E90 model was the perfect daily drive. From the moment you laid eyes on its sleek lines and sporty stance, you knew this car was something special. BMW E90 was made for us, the people who love the 3 Series. It was made to make us feel proud to be behind the wheel of this perfect machine. But as the competition grew fierce, BMW knew they had to push the limits even further. It was time for the 6th generation, the F30, first showed in 2011. This model was designed with the revolutionary new concept, a focus on style, modernity, and efficiency. Its aerodynamic design not only gave it a sleek and sporty look, but also improved its fuel efficiency, a model which was so successful that it had produced until 2019. And due to the creation of the BMW 4 Series, the F30 model didn't get a coupe version like all the previous models. But this wasn't a problem, because the car had everything you've ever wanted. An interesting fact about that fantastic car is the headlight grille integration design, which was first introduced in the F30 model and since then has become a defining characteristic that distinguishes BMW cars from the rest. This was not only a cosmetic touch, but also served as a functional purpose by improving the car's aerodynamics, reducing drag, and increasing fuel efficiency. This feature has become one of the most recognizable and iconic elements of BMW, and it has helped to establish the brand's reputation for creating cars that are not only powerful and efficient, but also striking and distinctive in design. It's a feature that makes a statement, it's intriguing, and it's BMW's signature. Imagine driving down the road with the F30. You'll have a feeling that you'll belong to something extraordinary. That was the idea of BMW, to make you feel not just enough, but more. Imagine as the sun sets on the horizon and the street comes alive, you get behind the wheel. This is the moment you feel truly special. You start realizing that this is more than a car, it's a symbol of innovation. With its twin-turboed straight 6-cylinder B58 engine and the amazing sound, there is absolutely no way that people won't turn around to see who just passed by. Producing 322 horsepower and 450 Newton meters, it really sets it apart from the competition. But it's not just the power that makes it so special, it's the level of personalization that it offers. The F30 is a true reflection of the driver's personality, a true extension of oneself, a car that you'll be proud to call your own. As the market shifted towards luxury and technology, BMW rose to the challenge. BMW knew that it was time for something not only sporty, but also luxurious. Everything combined in one. They created the G20, which was first introduced in 2019. Once again, BMW wanted to make their customers feel special. That's why they designed a whole new interpretation of the traditional BMW kidney grille, which gives the car a more assertive look. Some like it, some didn't. But in the end, it got used to those kidneys and loved it. The interesting fact about the most luxurious 3 Series of the production of the 4-cylinder engine. The 4-cylinder engines play a big role in BMW 3 Series lineup. However, this 2.0-liter turbocharged engine, which produced 255 horsepower and 399 Newton meters, is on a completely different level, making it the most powerful four-banger that ever produced by BMW. Comparing that engine to the legendary N54, it almost has the same power, but with 2 cylinders missing. Of course, you should never compare a 4-banger to a 6-banger, but you get the idea of how powerful that 4-cylinder engine is. But what really sets the G20 apart is the level of craftsmanship and attention to detail. From the premium materials used throughout the cabin to the precise stitching on the seats, the G20 is a true masterpiece. The G20 is not just a car, it's an experience. The moment you slip behind the wheel and fire up that engine, you'll feel the raw power coursing through your veins. The iDrive system is like having a personal co-pilot, guiding you through every twist and turn of the road. You'll feel the car respond to your every command, and you'll know that you're in control. But it's not about just the power, it's about the precision. The BMW G20 is more than just a car, it's a work of art. It's a machine that will take your breath away. But it's not only the specs and features, it's about the emotion and the feeling you get behind the wheel. It's the ultimate driving machine, and it's waiting for you. The BMW 3 Series has come a long way since its introduction in 1975. From the game-changing E21 to the iconic E30, the luxurious E36, the technologically advanced E46, the passion-inspiring E90, the eco-friendly F30, and now the ultimate driving machine, the G20. Each generation of the 3 Series has pushed the boundaries of what cars truly can be.